admin for the website, not just coding.
Oh, hey, look, there's
Immediately to Nash's left is going to be, well, once we figure out who's sitting next to who, by the way. But other than that, Nash is our resident coder. He is also from Sweden, so he's actually all the way from there. What's the city you live in, Nash?
Gothenburg.
Gothenburg.
Borga?
So, do you ever see Batman?
No.
No.
He lives next to him. They're neighbors.
Well, sometimes we wonder because Nash is.
Yeah, IKEA, man.
Yes, he lives next to IKEA sometimes. No, what was it yesterday? Well, yesterday was actual National Sweden Day for Sweden. So on top of the Remembrance Day for D-Day yesterday. So we were actually going to go to IKEA, but we just didn't have time yesterday, unfortunately. But other than that, next to Nash is calligraphy. Calligraphy is one of our reporters and jack of all trades people here in the Everfree network.
Yeah, I don't know if reporter is applicable anymore. Well, first off, I wasn't even a reporter. I was an editor on the news team for a while.
You do for the
I'm a poster for Computer Crusaders too, I guess, kind of recently.
You're a show liaison.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Show liaison.
that's more official sounding. I also just kind of do stuff that needs to get done. I don't really have an official job. I just.
Yeah, see, that's one of the biggest things with a lot of us here at Everfree Network. We have job titles, but we happen to do everything outside of our own job.
If you're talented, we'll find a way to put you in.
Yeah, like I'm sorry Draft isn't here right now. He's actually going to show up a little bit later in the panel because he's
running the writers panel.
Well, yeah, he's running the writers panel. He's also, of course, con-chair. So left us out to dry. But yeah, with a lot of us, we actually do more than just our basic job. Like for example, right now, other than Nash doing coding for the website, he's also been manning cameras. He's been setting up live stream equipment. So yeah, we do a little bit more outside of our just basic job title. So even though we say we have a job title, it's just relevant. I think it's just to make us feel a little bit more important sometimes, especially with the person immediately.
Excuse me.
Especially with the person immediately to calligraphy's. Yeah, calligraphy's left. Sorry, I can't tell my right from left. I'm that tired. Is Cowboy Dave. He is EFN's operations manager. So he deals with a little bit of everything. But what exactly do you deal with?
I deal with pretty much everything. Deal with like show-to-show relations, like getting stuff to live stream figured out. You know, like we were, doing like convention setup, cameras, rendering footage that we get from the conventions, get everything posted. Just pretty much, I'm the grease that keeps all the gears turning.
Ew.
So,
Ew.
Yeah, oil. Oh, that's better.
No.
Grease.
No.
You're
take a shower.
I showered this morning. Thank you.
You're the crankshaft in the EFN motor, Dave.
That's what she said.
Don't throw a rod over there, Canero. Jeez.
But yeah, Dave actually does quite a lot at EFN. He, like he said, he posts.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, he does.
Aw.
He does. I appreciate it. So, Dave.
Even when we fight like a married couple.
Yeah, sometimes we do.
Sometimes?
Put the camera away, Canero. I'm working. We're on vacation.
Tomorrow we have to stream.
But yeah, Dave does a ton for all of us here. His unofficial title for EFN is the resident therapist. Also.
Yeah.
Yep. Everyone should be at shows or people we work with, like even con attendees, they'll come to me and ask like, hey, how do I get into EFN? Or something like, Canero made faces at me at the last convention and I hate him. Like, okay, let's go talk with Canero and like see what's going on here.
That happens to me all the time.
Yeah, that happened. Yeah. Actually, I made faces at you before I joined EFN, and you didn't notice.
What kind of faces?
I cannot.
Do we need the crankshaft again?
No, I cannot discuss those faces or
Oh.
repeat those faces in public, unfortunately.
Remember, kids, this is a family-friendly event.
Whoa.
Well, it's just because I can't make that face anymore.
Oh.
Is that like the Sour Patch Kid face? You're just like,
Well, that's what happens when you eat too much candy when you're a kid. So, other than
or
that,
like you're in your up all night.
So, and you're probably wondering who I am. I'm actually Canero. I'm Everfree Network's public relations, and What else do I do, Dave?
Pretty much a lot of the same stuff I do.
Yeah, I'm actually his go-to person a lot of the
The other
times.
fun thing we do is we deal with YouTube. Oh, man, that is a blast, I tell you.
So yeah, that's my other official title for Everfree Network. I'm actually EFN's project specialist. That means, hey, this needs to be done. Can you do it?
Hey, look.
Okay, yeah, I'll do it.
We have visitors.
We do have visitors. Oh, so this gentleman walking in here, who I think is a part of Luna's Royal Guard.
It's a larceny.
Hi there, folks. I'm being very professional right now.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
Look,
We are
we
professional grade.
are the professionals here in this
Look,
band.
here's
sorry.
the thing.
Are you guys pretending to be draft without draft? Actually,
I'm trying.
Yeah, okay.
Listen, okay, here's the
Filling
thing. It's silly.
I can't.
So anyway,
So anyway, no, this is Larsis. He actually is one of our editors / reporters / correspondents / general helper. We just call him Goldfish. Goldfish keeper.
yeah, I was gonna say you normally call my goldfish.
No, you're the Goldfish keeper of EFN. So no, this man is very awesome. He helps us out a lot, whether it's here at conventions or whether it's helping out with whatever we can at EFN. So Larsis, we're awesome. We were able to make a bit of an appearance because I know you're one of the heads of AV here at this convention.
Yeah, like I said, I just put this on for the few minutes that I'm gonna be here. Basically, to give an idea of what Kinera was talking about, I do half the audio editing for Elements of Harmony. Forest Rain does the other half, and also whatever Ramble happens to throw my way every so often.
Yeah, unfortunately, Ramble couldn't make it. A little bit of work scheduling conflict. He really wishes he could be here. Ramble is our, he is classified as our audio editor for Everfree Network, but he's actually one of our super awesome reviewers for comics episodes, which if you've ever seen any of the episode reviews, he's actually leading that with a round robin of people of Everfree Network. Sometimes we get some people from outside. So he wishes he could be here. He sends lots of love to all of you. So he wishes he could be here.
Love you really.
Yeah, we love you, Ramble. We miss you. So other than, I guess I get to say I'm one of the few people here that's a man of many shirts, right?
Are you gonna do the shirt thing now?
Yes.
Well, shouldn't I?
Yes.
That's what you snuck away for. Like, I gotta make a quick
Hang
trip
on.
to the bathroom
I gotta-
before I show up to the panel,
Put
and so
on
I'm looking at him
multiple
like,
shirts.
okay.
No, okay, so there was this gag at BabsCon. It was more well orchestrated than this. I actually do multiple things at EFN, and it's not just EFN related. So as I mentioned, I'm here on public relations. I'm also the project specialist, so if I ever have to come up with a jury rig system with hardware, I can figure it out. On top of that, which the whole gag was me doing this the entire panel. I'm also the director of one of the shows on EFN, which is called The Inventory at KPNY. It's a beautiful radio drama. It's driven me crazy for 2 years, but I love doing it. And other than that, I used to have a part of the gag where I used to say, and I'm also public relations for the news team, but since I got promoted just to public relations of the network, that kind of just killed the gag.
Wait, is that a second EFN shirt? What? When did you get that?
He stole it from me.
Actually, no, I got it as a gift.
No. Why? You already had one.
Because Screw Loose thought it would be amazing.
To get you a second one?
Yes. Okay,
Mark?
we're mentioning a friend of ours by the name of...
Screw Loose embroidered all of our shirts. He
Yeah.
makes patches and stuff.
Yeah.
And
So a lot of the time,
Makes
some of the
really good patches.
some
Like,
of the cool
anything
shirts that we
you
have-
want made, he can make for you.
Yeah. So he
usually
actually...
Ben's at BronyCon and other conventions. You should definitely check him out if you go to BronyCon.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
so...
he's not here, but
So he's the one that does all the embroidery on our shirts, both EFN and KPNY related. But yeah, we, have a nice little fun time doing all the things that we do. I wish Draft was here because he also has a big plethora of knowledge of how EFN got started. Because I know we started as Everfree Radio back, what was it, 20?
Yeah, we started with just doing like an audio stream with, we just upload tracks in audio stream.
that's not
Wasn't that? Oh, you guys did the podcast. That's
the
how
mini,
you-
the mini, the mini.
Yeah, the mini.
Since I'm the old school person
Yeah,
here,
the old guard.
I don't
Yeah.
remember. I
we
wasn't
actually
old.
started just doing a podcast where we
Yeah.
had these like an hour and 45-minute episodes with like an episode review and an interview and then musical breaks and everything, and that was all we did. And then we were called Everfree Radio, and then people were asking like, why are you called Everfree Radio? You don't have a radio. So we just set one up. And then we had a radio stream as well. And then like we started also bringing on other shows apart from like our own podcast, like Stay Broning My Friends and Equestrian Choir and stuff like that. So then we'd start airing other stuff.
Well,
And
one of
that's,
the
you know,
first shows was Stay Burning My Friends, wasn't it?
yeah, and then we had Equestrian Choir. QDR Crusaders has been around a long time as well. But
Yeah, which actually, QDR Crusaders just hit their 100th episode this past, what was it, the past week? This past week?
Yeah, this past week.
So-
I posted it.
Yeah. So yeah, they've been around for quite some time.
She doesn't like that stereo.
Uh-oh.
What?
No, we don't break things, we fix them.
I'm sorry. No?
Stop
Yeah.
Oh, no, not an hour. Yeah, okay.
Is it working now?
Yeah,
Testing?
blue light turned on when you plugged it into the wall.
Oh.
It was still plugged in.
Everfree Network. Ramble.
Jiggle the cord and it'll come back on.
We're not talking about
Did you push the power button on it?
did you try turning it off and on again?
Hey, that worked for the encoders for live stream and
Is
everything.
it plugged in? Have you tried turning it on out?
I'm giving you that face right now.
You should give him the kibbles.
Look, does it have to be filtered? Oh,
So yeah, I mean, some of the other
Thanks, tech guy. Yeah.
See, we just deal with
And
cameras. We don't know what we're
trumpet
doing
player.
with these things over here. These things
Way
scare
to
us.
toot his own horn, right? I
So-
can't even make good puns. I'm
So
sorry.
in the meantime, or as Draft would say, so anyway, since he's not here for the time being, we can open
Hashtag
it-
just drafty things.
yeah, we're gonna open up to, if you have any questions or just wanna banter with us for a little bit, we're more than happy to do so until Draft shows up, and then he's gonna give the whole, this is how EFN started, is Everfree Network.
No, he's just gonna talk for 15 minutes, say what Nash said, and then we're gonna be like, okay, so yeah, we're gonna see you later.
I'm sure he'll have some shenanigans for you, but he should be here in about 15 minutes.
Oh, there is one thing that needs to be done. There's a certain person in the FM that needs to be mentioned.
That is true.
Kibbles,
Kibbles,
please.
please.
Okay, so if you guys don't get the.
We should call him. Why
Actually,
not?
you know what? I'm
Like,
going to call him.
Put him on speakerphone and call him.
So you
Say,
guys know
"Hey,
who
we're
Kibby the
down."
Great is,
I
right?
got you.
No, he's gonna call.
Well, no, you call him, because I did it last time.
Oh, he'll think something suspicious when Kanira calls him at the time
Yeah,
the
he-
EFN panel's
He'll
going
think
on.
I'll need him for graphics.
So actually, Kibby is our resident graphic designer.
Got some
He was
schmutz
gonna
on
make
your
it.
face. Actually comes through really. I like to use my lifeline. I like to phone a friend.
Come on.
Doesn't look like we're gonna be millionaires.
So we like to. Oh, he probably knows. So because every panel that we've been on, one of us have called him, and he.
I don't think I've never been on an EFN panel before, though. I don't think he would expect me to be on the panel.
That's true. Every time someone's been on a panel, it's been the newer person.
You're on the
from there.
program schedule though.
That's true. You are on the program schedule. But anyway, Kibby the Great is actually a resident graphic designer. He was going to make it out here as well, but a little known fact about him: he's actually he is a volunteer firefighter, and he's actually trying to become a paid firefighter. And he just got his application in for his local fire department. He's supposed to be doing his agility tests this weekend, so that's why he wasn't able to make it. Otherwise, he wouldn't be here. So, you know.
Oh, maybe that's weird. I'm gonna try to get more used to it.
Well, he said it would be more like Saturday evening, which right now, California time.
Saturday early morning.
No, it's like at noon.
Yeah.
You're using
That's
Google,
early
aren't you,
morning
you
for me.
cheat?
No, they can do math.
That's
How do
noon is
telephones?
early morning for me. It's when
Yeah,
it's-
I'm awake, but I don't wake up until 3 p.m. or so.
I wake up until like 9 p.m.
So
And then you stay up all night. Whose fault?
7 a.m. waking up. in the
High
morning.
school?
we
Homework?
don't deal with that.
High school?
So actually,
AP statistics.
one of the key things is a lot of us working at EFM, you know, a lot of us want to show hate. Not just show, but a lot of people have this interpretation that we're always professional, we're always stuck up, we're always just too busy doing what we're doing to like be out there with people.
It's because you are.
We often are.
Well, because often we are so busy, but it's not that we don't want to be. So, friends.
No.
We kind of just sit together on Skype or on Mumble or whatever application we're using at the time, and we just kind of just metaphorically shoot the shit with each other all the time. So we do get to have a lot of fun. Not busy, so, but usually at conventions when we are somewhere, we're always running around with our heads cut off.
Kinnear, we have to stream.
We are Wait, who's streaming?
I don't know. No hands.
I thought you were driving.
No, I'm not driving.
Hey,
Then who's driving?
it says it's live.
Are-
And it's set. It's good
Dave,
enough for me.
Are we there yet?
No,
No.
we're never there. We'll never be there.
Well, if you guys have any questions for the time being, unless any of these guys want to ramble on a little bit more.
Kinnear.
But we don't have
Only
ramble to
dreams in
ramble.
Don't worry
No
about-
dreams, only tears.
We don't worry about such things. So yeah, if you guys have any questions for the time being, yes, you sir, with the free throat hugs, which I saw yesterday.
Is the Midnight Mad Libs going to get a show descriptor on this site?
It's not an official show.
It's not an official show. It's actually something some of the regulars in that IRC chat kind of put together. However, if you want to talk to them and see about putting together a little podcast about it, maybe they can work something out. So, I mean, that's the other cool thing. We're always interested to hear ideas and see if if people have like their own shows created, and we're always interested in picking people up to broadcast their shows. So,
Hey, you won't pick me up?
I already did. Well, technically, you picked me up here because I'm in your part of the
Yeah.
country. So, any other questions?
Call it the spine.
Okay. So while we wait for draft, Dave, you take the microphone for me. But I feel I've been leading this too much, and you're actually my boss.
Listen, you're my public relations officer. And
No, I'm not your public relations
Oh,
officer.
well, your drafts.
I'm not even draft public relations officer.
Yes, you are.
Well, metaphorically speaking, I'm the network's public relations officer.
Fair enough.
What do you want from me? I'm trying. See, this is what I deal with all the time.
Yeah.
There's a coffee machine in the office that needs to be worked on.
Look, index
Index-
isn't here.
We get more toner in the fax machine. The fax machines don't
I think
need
my
toner.
printer's not working. Can we call tech support?
Sir, is it plugged in? Is it
We
turned on?
tried that. Turn it off and on, and it works fine.
So anyway, actually,
So
So anyway,
I'm trying my best with my
moving forward.
I'm trying my best with my draftisms here, and it's not really working because he
You're
actually
dealing in absolutes.
oh, jeez.
get out.
So, okay, there we go. Now you've got a
Okay, now you gotta talk about Art Deco. Okay. Anything before like
1930.
No, it was like 1940.
No, it's
like
1930.
Basically, anything pre like World War II, it's like, oh, that's such brilliant Art Deco. Anything after World War II, it's like,
That's crap.
they made this of like what?
Cheap scrap.
Artillery
aluminum
shells.
and,
They made a toaster out of artillery shells. It's just not Art Deco enough.
So
but it looks the same.
speaking of toasters, wasn't there supposed to be a special oven here for when draft got here?
Yeah, we had plans for this. If anyone saw BabsCon, we had an easy bake oven, and we had draft come in, and with no utensils, no preparation, he cooked a moon pie.
It was a chocolate brownie.
Chocolate
He
brownie.
cooked a turd.
No,
That's what it was.
So no, the entire thing was at BabsCon when we were doing our panel. It was actually run just not too differently from this, except with a little bit more history and a little bit more when draft speaking. But we decided to mix it up a little bit, and we decided to play a bit of a prank on him. Me and Cowboy Dave got in on it for a while, and we decided to prank him by not doing one prank, but two. So during the panel, we were going to wait until Draft actually did one of his signature mannerisms, which was, "We don't worry about such things." Which, I don't know if you've ever caught any of his live streams with Final and Friends or Everfree Unplugged.
Or Saturday Night Song. That's it.
Or in Saturday
His
Night Songs.
segues are terrible on that show.
Yes. I don't.
It's like, so let's play the video. Yeah, let's just go.
Yeah, his non
I'm
sequiturs
sitting there
are
going
horrible.
like,
But he has a bit of a mannerism where he does that every so often, even when it's just in public or around us. So me and Dave were at the panel table just like this, having an air horn and holding it underneath here the entire time, which is why we actually didn't have our hands on the table for the entire panel.
no, we set him like right underneath the tablecloth next
Really?
to us.
You put it next.
Then when I kind
So
of
I'm the only one who was holding it.
I'm just gonna stretch and have my air horns in here.
So
and then,
he came up to say his one signature line, which says, "We don't worry about such things." And then Cowboy Dave and myself
Air horns out.
pull out the air horns and just let her
Well,
in his
no,
face.
you kept yours under the table for the first time. You're just like this quick like blast of air horn, and Drax was kind of like,
What was that?
"What's that?" and then kind of like gave him a look. 'Cause
That was kind of that's kind of the sound he did.
that's the sound he does all the time.
No, it's more like.
Always crying about something. That's probably Draft on his way from the writers' panel.
or it's Kibby.
No, if it was Kibby, he'd just be texting you Kermit faces.
Yeah.
So
Can you not?
But Final Day.
So we had got him with the air horn, and he just kind of figured, what was that? And then when he actually said, I forgot what his second mannerism that he was trying to get into, and then we just got him full force with the air horns.
Yeah, he was just kind of like, okay, well, I'm going to continue. And then he was like, took it out and blasted it in his face. And he was like, are you kidding me? It was fun.
So, and then after that, we kind of set the air horns on the table. We just kind of we were done with the prank. And then, of course, we get into the normal talk of, this is what we do at EFN. We do radio, we do art, posting.
So we sat there
all this,
for 20
about 20 minutes, just
Yeah.
as we knew how the panel would unfold. Just until we get to, so these are the shows we have, which are, Equestrian Choir, we do QDR Crusaders, and all the giant list of, shows, and how we're going to have another one coming up here soon, which is going to be Pony Pathfinder, I think.
Yeah, Pony Pathfinder's coming out.
So-
I believe that's kind of a Dungeons and Dragons themed, yeah.
Pathfinder is a
I don't know
dungeon
anything about
crawler.
Okay, so pretty much, before I jump onto that non sequitur there, he went through the entire list of shows.
Good segue, though.
He went through the entire list of shows, and then we waited for the most opportune moment where he says, "Are we forgetting anything?" Like, well, yeah, there's another show that we haven't talked about that's going to be premiering on EFN, and it's actually going to be happening. Well, speaking in tense for when we were there in San Francisco, and it's happening right now. So I struggle to pull out this easy bake oven onto the table, and I say it's cooking with Final Draft, to the point where he looks at us with this just dazed and confused face. And he says, "Why the hell do you have an easy bake oven? What is my life?"
We don't worry about such things.
And then another air horn happens.
Yep.
So, those are the types of shenanigans we like to have behind the scenes, and sometimes we wish we could show it a little bit more to the public, because whenever we're out in public, we're always working. So,
Yep.
It
especially
really depends on the setting, because
When the cameras aren't on, magic happens.
when you're in work mode and you have work to do, then
Maybe we should
you know.
turn the cameras on. Maybe we'll get paid if we turn the cameras on.
Shh, not in the microphone.
there is a time for being silly, and there's a time for, okay, we need to get stuff done. And this is, a lot of the time you can just be silly, but sometimes you have to go work mode, and then you're like running down hallways, and you have to go from one place to another, like, oh, we need to do stuff here, and then you're running somewhere else, and people try to say hi to you, and like, oh, hey, and then you keep running.
it's not that we don't want to talk and meet with everybody. It's just we have so many different things that we have to run back to. Usually, if we even get the chance to say, "Come talk to me in a little bit, I'll be here," we don't even get the chance to say that sometimes. So we're just
Yeah.
always running all over the place, because.
This convention is no exception. Half of our staff are working for the convention, the other half are streaming. So,
Yeah.
kind of trying to get this panel. Sorry, there we go. Trying to get this panel together was difficult.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not everyone's here.
Yeah, for
No,
example,
like
we're.
Draft is hosting another panel. I'm
Larsis
trying
is
to-
running
We should be
Yeah.
working you on the stream right now.
But
Hey, by the way, how is that? Wait, we don't worry about that.
don't worry
We
about
don't worry
such
about
It's
such
fine.
things.
We
That's
don't
fine.
worry about
Now.
it. But
Speaking
where-
of the stream here, we couldn't use the internet here, so we're running this all on 4G hotspots. Whoop, whoop. Yeah!
Which, if any of you guys have been familiar with using internet on your phones at all, ever, you know, how amazing is the internet on your phone?
try to resist the urge to shoot yourself in the face.
Yeah,
When
that's
the
the key point.
reception's
When the
good.
reception is good.
A room full of like 600 people at a concert.
That
It's
are
like,
also
come
using
on,
their phones. Yeah.
go, stay connected.
4G turns into 1.
It turns into 1x.
Yeah. LTE is more like NOP.
I don't think I'm understanding your TLAs here.
What?
Your 3-letter acronyms.
Is that even a?
Yes, it is.
TLA.
But NOPE
three-letter.
is 4 letters.
I can't count, neither can Dave.
I'm this man.
No, when we
3
actually...
years old.
No, back when we were in California, or back in February, we celebrated Cowboy Dave's birthday.
I was 25.
Yeah, we finally decided to celebrate
I
something
was.
else. What do you mean you was? You is.
I'm not 25 and a half.
You is.
25 and a half.
You
And you're on
is?
the track.
I'm the one from South Dakota here. What's
Look,
your
and I'm the one
excuse?
from California. The roles are reversed right now, okay?
Shenanigans.
Love you, really. No, but we were celebrating his birthday out in February, and
I'll check back to this.
we decided to take a picture of him holding a birthday card, which actually has
It was a My Little
it
Pony
was a My
birthday
Little Pony
card. Yeah.
birthday card, and it said, you know, happy birthday, you're turning 3.
Yeah.
So we decided to get him a birthday card. Oh, look at who it
No,
is.
dark.
There you go.
If it isn't Mr. Excuses himself. Wait, hold on. I think I have something for this. 1 second. It's
No,
going to take
hold on.
only a
It's fine.
minute.
Just put it on top of your head and call it good.
We'll wrap it around like a turban.
I did bring my shirt with me.
Well, you obviously don't have it on you. So
Wear
what
it.
is it doing you? No.
Hi, everybody.
This is
Hello. We
Yeah.
do
Scoot down,
have...
I'm stealing a chair.
I can't
Scoot down.
Sit
No.
at the end of the table.
So,
with your
while
phone.
Draft is here, I thought this would be somewhat mildly appropriate if it ever plays.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, thank you.
Come on, phone. See, this is exactly what we're dealing with streaming. I pressed this, like, I don't know how long ago.
And who was phone?
I don't know.
Have these guys been boring you thoroughly?
Yes.
Have
Yes.
you trained them well?
We
I.
talked about Psycho.
Yes!
Yeah, we talked about anything made before, like World War II was just the best thing ever. Anything after World War II was like a toaster made out of artillery.
It's true. You go into these, especially around here, you go into these antique stores, and they got like a 50s toaster. They're like, Art Deco toaster, $85. To hell with that. It's garbage.
Just buy a new toaster for $10. It works
It's
for a
happening.
year, you buy a new one. There you go.
Anyway.
It's happening.
So, we did, as we did introduce ourselves a little bit earlier, why don't you introduce who you are?
My name is Crescendo. I'm
British.
actually a zombie. I'm a zombie.
No, you
Ow,
need more.
ow.
What time is it? What time
Okay, see,
Ow, I
now
hit
it
my
plays
head.
after this long.
No, obviously I'm
That was going to be playing while you were walking in.
Free throat hugs.
well.
Yes.
I know, I'm Wild Draft, and the reason that I didn't make the first half of this is I was actually hosting the writers panel, but this is the first convention I've How'd that been to. go? It went well. It went really well. Amy read for her journal, The Two Sisters.
Aw.
Yeah. What was it? This is the first convention where I haven't been here as VFN. Like most conventions I go to, I'm always working with these guys on the stream. This time I'm one of the 2 con chairs, so I don't really have time to do both.
I hear that.
Oh, what kind of chair is it?
Obviously, it's a lazy boy.
It's a
Toilet.
yeah. It might as well be.
It's an Art Deco recliner.
Listen,
So basically that's
I've
like
seen
a
an Art
falling
Deco
apart
recliner. There's
rack.
one that's been for sale in South Minneapolis for about 2 years. They want about $360 for it. It's not worth that.
There's a reason it's been on sale for 2 years.
Does it bother you that the seat's warm when you sit down?
Yeah.
You said
Have you
toilet, it's
taken
your
questions
fault.
from these poor guys? They've heard us ranting.
Yeah, I mean, there was one question that we just kind of like.
Wait, was there? What?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
What was the
when we were
question?
gonna, when
Did he
I don't
space out?
remember.
Yes.
I'm so tired.
See, this is what she does on a regular basis. So.
She's saying-
Okay, look, no. I have a million things to be worrying about. I have people talking in my ear, people.
Take the headphone off.
No, I have to
It's
work.
okay, Karen.
Okay, this is the curse I
Listen to
faced.
the voices.
Yeah.
Yes, I
They're
do.
not
He's
real.
like, we have to work. He's like, we have to
Don't
code.
do
You're like,
what
I have
they
to
tell
work.
you.
I'm like,
I
let's
try
just
to
do
force
everything.
these guys to take a break.
Yeah.
All the time I try to force them to take a break. They don't
You gotta
take breaks.
force us to come to this panel. I was like, we're
We
not
don't
gonna
have
panel.
enough
Yeah,
staff
no.
to take
We're
breaks.
going to
We're
the panel.
canceling
You're
the
gonna
panel.
enjoy
I'm like,
yourself.
No, go to the panel and have fun.
Break.
By the way, the stream's broken. I mean, oh,
Really?
I don't
well,
know.
it's streaming, but it's a little rocky.
Yeah, that's always
when we
fun.
left. Yeah.
That's always fun.
I mean, I
I
last
don't
saw
know,
that it was
YouTube
streaming in
failed,
240,
Justin
so.
This feels like EFN Unplugged. This is like EFN Unplugged. So,
Just
what,
without.
what you guys don't know
But it's
is
plugged
that,
in.
okay, so we're all from different parts of forever. Please don't.
No, he's loud enough.
All right, cut the panel.
If this,
We're done.
okay, so the guy at the end, Kinero is from California, Nash is from Sweden, she's from Connecticut, he's from South Dakota, and I'm from here.
I drove.
Sick view people.
Okay, if
Okay.
Good, you
Hold
people.
on, hold on.
yeah,
What
if
do
you're
you
familiar with
mean,
like
you people?
TeamSpeak or Ventrilo mumbles the exact same thing. So.
listen to you.
There it is. I think my air
All right.
horn.
So the point is that we talk every day. So we have this dynamic all the time, but it's very rare that we're all in one place at the same time.
Yeah.
So actually, this is one of the larger assemblages of EFN types ever, I think.
Not really. BronyCon last year was
Oh, we had,
pretty
yeah.
Yeah.
BronyCon
BronyCon
for streaming that, we
2013.
had 30 people.
Oof. Oh, that
We
was
were
rough.
actually very well behaved. Everyone was pretty quiet. We just kind of like chatted it up before you got here. And
I'm
then
sorry.
all hell broke
Well,
loose.
you guys needed a target, and here I am. I don't know. How you guys been enjoying the convention so far? Yay! There it is. Have you guys said Kibbles Please yet?
Yeah,
we tried to call him.
twice and he didn't answer.
Just like
Damn it, Kibbles.
He knows by now.
I don't know what you talked about.
Well,
What
no.
did you talk about?
We talked about
Introduce
everything
myself.
but the
Right,
history that
everything.
you would give.
Toilets.
The history?
Yeah, that they usually do.
No, I
Easy
thought you
to
did.
talk
that.
So you
Well,
can talk
we-
about
if you want to touch base on a little bit more in depth.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like if these guys have questions, you guys are sitting there patiently listening to our BS.
Yeah.
Maybe it's amusing, and if that's true, then grand.
Well,
you know,
they
but if
visit
you-
our website, don't they? They always.
Well, it's a-
visit
well,
our BS.
No, our website is super professional, so we're all elitist, quiet, arrogant types, right?
Especially
Yes.
with the
Give us
biggest-
money.
Eh.
Anyway, I don't know. I mean,
Daddy has.
But Daddy.
no. Okay, so there's been this ongoing
Still
joke.
answer.
She'll call me Final Daddy as a joke.
He
And
likes to
You were
bother
so
me.
offended when that first started.
I know. He was like, "No, we can't talk about this. It's not okay."
That's
But
not okay.
it's just
He
awkward.
likes to bother me. Well, that was awkward. He likes to.
But anyway,
I think the key word here is phrasing.
Yeah, that's not something we're good at. That's at
No,
least something
no.
I'm not good at, and people have
That's
lapses.
why we have PR people.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm an editor, because my first drafts of things don't work. My final drafts of things work sometimes.
No, your final drafts are full of excuses.
That's like our 10th pun.
Air
oh
horn.
my god.
We're really slow on the puns today.
What?
Yeah.
Get
He
up-
called me the crank shaft of EFN.
I wasn't trying to be a pun. I was trying to be
That's
analogous.
fantastic.
You know what I made a pun of?
Yeah, there's a lot of air going through that one.
Look, okay, beavers are rivers, not lakes.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay.
This is what
This has
happens
gone off the
when we-
Because of
rails.
construction.
I walk in here and they have no idea what you're talking about.
No.
Okay,
Well,
so
I was gonna
any
explain it,
So anyway,
for EQLA,
Moving forward.
shut up.
So anyway.
it's behind us now,
Before EQLA,
which is behind us.
before EQLA,
but- No.
I was in the car with 8-Track, who was our technical director, who couldn't be here because he had to work in Dallas. How lame is that?
Dallas is probably better than
Silence! Answer your
voices
buzzer.
are talking to me.
So, and we're in the car, and how many of you guys are from Minnesota? Like, okay, so we're in the car, and I made there are two standard Minnesota jokes. I said there are 2 seasons in Minnesota: winter and road construction.
Yep.
And then,
Is it
oh, hey, how's it going?
Where do they go?
Yeah, it's there.
Wonderful.
I,
10
why,
minutes
then
ago.
why am I being told that it's a registration?
So anyway,
It might be the one.
There
from
are two Minnesota jokes. Winter and road construction are the two seasons. And then the second joke is, what's the state bird of Minnesota? Now the proper answer is a mosquito. Because that's funny, kind of. But Rich,
funny if you're like
8-track,
80.
who's driving, goes, wait, I got this. Beavers because of construction. The state bird of Minnesota is beavers because of construction. I looked at him, I'm like, that's quite possibly the stupidest thing. And then, this one, she made it better. I told that joke, and
Piece
she,
of context you need.
I don't care about the context.
Minneapolis is the land of 10,000 lakes, right? We had been talking about that right before he explained this story to me. So I said, no, beavers are rivers, not lakes. and obviously in that context I meant like beavers are
excuses?
are native to rivers, not lakes, because they need moving water, but it came out as beavers are rivers, not lakes.
Yeah.
Only tears.
Bad things happen when we're tired.
Yeah.
This is why Everfree Unplugged or Final and Friends happens in the middle of the night.
Yeah, because we were
It's
kind of like,
guys,
hey,
I got this brilliant idea. We need to fire up the street. This would be great. And then we talk for 10 minutes, and everybody goes to sleep.
Yeah.
Read Pony Confessions and listen to techno.
Yeah, that's Final and Friends. That's not necessarily Unplugged. Unless Kibby takes over and he's like, this track is from my greatest local friend here. You guys need to hear it. It's so underground. And then he'll play it.
It's not techno, it's techno.
Touch no.
What?
Because this is no.
Techno.
Touch no.
That's the proper pronunciation. I mean, I'm just curious. I mean, there's only a few people in here, so I mean, I know Kalazi.
Yeah, we had a great turnout.
He was on a Final and Friends once, which is the laziest show I have ever hosted. I don't know you guys.
I'm an official show for that reason.
Okay, I'm just curious, like, who listens to what? Like, what are your favorite shows? Let's ask you guys stuff. Like yeah?
You don't
State
count.
of State of Brony. Yeah, that's been long gone.
Mixology.
Foreigner.
Mixology is the revamp.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll just start back there. Like, you know, what brought you into the panel? Like, do you listen to our stuff or?
Occasionally.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah, especially when Draft's hosting it.
He does the monologue, like droning sounds, you know. I get
You
that.
Don't get that close to the mic. Stop it.
Sketchy sounds, stop it.
No.
Sketchy Sounds, from Sketchy Sounds, it's on cast.
Oh, that's not nearly Scottish enough. I'm sorry, Welsh.
There's a difference.
He's from Wales.
That's Welsh.
You're a whale.
Are whales from?
I was trying to make a whale joke, okay?
Cali.
Whale,
Yeah.
you
We
failed.
saw it and we
Rivers or
just
lakes?
ran away from
What?
it.
Are whales?
whales rivers or lakes?
They're oceans. They're not big enough for lakes. I mean, they're not.
Don't call Draft fat like that.
All you have to do is throw the ball up and
Wait.
she'll swing at it.
Is that why he lives in the land of 10,000 lakes?
Apparently, I live in the land of 10,000 beavers.
Excuses.
No, beavers are rivers.
See, this is when you quit while you're in.
And this is what I deal with and I have to clean up on a daily basis.
Yeah, then he jumps on Twitter, someone asks him, so what's that thing on the panel? And then he'll just like spend like 2 hours replying to it. Be like, look,
Here's
the thing
thing.
about that is.
Oh, that's not my lines, those are drafts. I just tell people to get out or it is what it is.
Oh god, that's the other one. It is what it is. That was as well.
That's way too existentialist.
But you know what? We don't worry about such things. Have you guys heard me say that before? How many of you have heard the story behind it?
Have anybody? Has anybody talked to him before? Because
Who final
then you've
draft?
heard that.
We don't worry about such things.
I
Okay.
worry about
You might as well just give the
Show of
story.
hands. I know these guys have heard this 1,000 times. Do you guys know where that phrase came from? All right.
We can't all be winners.
Cucumber.
Sounds like a new problem.
Yeah.
That I got that from Soxy actually.
This is a no.
This is a no is one of mine. Yeah. We don't worry about such things. It's a philosophy. It's one of the reasons I'm alive still during this convention.
It's the reason I have a job, because what he decides to not worry about is what I worry about.
That's
so.
right, but we don't worry about such things. What we do, okay, I was in college. I was in my freshman year of college, and I was walking down a path. I was nowhere near the cafeteria, and in the middle of the path is a gigantic fresh cucumber with a solitary bite taken out of it. Now,
That's what they call it these days.
get out of here.
Quick check.
Don't be cranky, Cody.
All right. This solitary cucumber with the bite taken out of it blew my mind. I'm like, what is this doing here? What is this? It's an anomaly. It's a glitch in the matrix. I turned to my friend Helen, who was a midget. I said that because he was 4'11", so he was like, but whatever. Helen, I'm like, Helen, what is this? Why is there a cucumber in the middle of that? And he looks at me and he goes, Mike, we don't worry about such things. Because we kept walking, he goes, it's behind us now. I'm like, no, it's over there. It's right there. What is that? I need an explanation. We don't worry about such things. It's behind us now. We can't worry about such things.
So, Draft, is that also the prequel to the story of the cucumber and Vancouver?
Yes, it is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The point is that in life, there are so many stupid little things that make no sense, will never make sense, and you just can't worry about them. This is a no has a funnier story.
You want to tell that?
Have you guys ever heard me say this is a no?
Hey, before you tell that,
You want Arby's?
I got a
Yes.
Dude, bring me something. I'm hungry.
hey,
Text Casey.
bring me some food.
Look, you filthy cat.
Don't even look at me, you basic.
When we want
That's
to
Iron. That's Iron Money, by the way.
I'll wreck you.
Cram it,
That's
Jason.
David Iron Pony.
Wanna go?
He's got a filthy
Yeah, you have a
audio.
make.
He's the danger ranger.
Yeah, we go,
You want? Yeah, I'm having a game. Let's swim me, mom.
I love you.
Pop you in.
I love you.
Sure.
Let's
Yes.
go.
You think
I
you
have
got
to
me?
leave.
Yeah. Almost
I love
done.
you, governor.
All right,
Take
everybody,
back.
Callie, she does a lot of
Swim,
work.
you
Yay.
That's what
She
you
does
mom.
work,
Okay.
yay.
Okay, so this smug son of that right here, or this little scum bastard, as I like to say, he actually is the.
exhausted.
Yes, we are. This is actually
the most
the.
haphazard paddle I've ever seen.
It really
Can you
is.
even consider it a panel?
This is more like
Yeah.
a bunch of friends getting together.
This is like
Yeah.
the
fucking
EFN
around.
hangout.
Which basically is, you know, a Skype
It
call.
kind of is. Yeah, this is Iron Pony. He's actually one of the
Have
head
a
admins
seat.
of Southern California Bronies, and
He worked with EQLA.
Former PR chair head for that.
and me and him go drinking regularly.
Former
actually.
PR chairhead.
Yes. I was a chairhead.
So just the top of the chair.
It's a chair head.
Oh God.
Whoa.
Careful, we can't get somebody impaled on a chair.
If I sue you, can I get like money?
So what else was you serving for? French fries.
I want a lifetime
You
supply
want a
of
piece
French
of his rotting like Plymouth?
What you can
Dude,
have.
Dude, I need like a
There is a
carpet to go
wasp.
around in.
There's a wasp that's trying to build a nest in there. I took the nest out while the wasp was in there. I saw that wasp again last night.
That sounds like
My
a
car's crap.
that sounds like a Minnesota problem.
Is it in the like? It's in the glove compartment?
No, it's in the doorway. Like
You know what you need to
What
do?
doorway? It's a rust pile.
All right, look. Okay.
Sir, okay, I came out to visit him like what was it, December last year?
Yeah.
And he's like,
even earlier.
yeah, my brakes aren't working too well in my car. So it's like, okay, it's probably low brake fluid, whatever, easy fix. There's no brake fluid in there when I go to check it. I go, okay. And so I was like, oh, maybe there's something wrong with the line. So I reach under there, I'm feeling around, hunks of rust are falling into my hands and all over my face. I'm going, this is a rotten piece of junk.
Yeah. I
And
told
then
you
he's
that
like-
before you even started working on it.
It's just like,
We needed to go to the McDonald's. It was about 4 blocks away.
no, we went to get brake fluid.
Well,
We're
yeah.
gonna top
that was
off the
part of it.
reservoir, see where the leak was. And of course, we topped it off. We used the emergency brake to
Yeah,
stop.
I had to use the emergency brake to stop the thing all the way. I blew the emergency brake on this thing. So I ended up having to get that fixed, but
Why the
yeah.
hell do you still have this thing? It's literally
It's
from-
$100 car.
Yeah,
Oh, that's not bad.
still runs.
He's probably sank
I
like
drove it here.
$900 more dollars into
Dude,
keeping
no,
it
that's
running.
the kind of car you take to like, I don't know, like the middle of the forest or whatever.
2
and you
weeks
just take it
ago-
to like fire roads and just like hoon and just, you know.
2 weeks ago,
drive
I was
the
on
shit out of it.
494, and my back left tire blew out. And I ended up having to get the whole thing towed because I couldn't get the spare on because it was rusted on.
Again, a Minnesota problem.
We don't worry about such things. The point is that I got to the garage at the Youngsteads, and they were like, dude, put this in a derby. It'd be awesome in a derby. I'm like, I need it as a commuter.
This thing's rusted so bad. You know what you need to do? Rattle can black paint job and paint the Punisher stone.
Yes.
It's perfect.
I wanna
It's
be
a
able to
perfect
say-
car for that.
Dude, you should have spent like $100
It's an
on like
ocean liner.
on a beat up Honda Civic, man.
So you're
Are you
telling
kidding me? A Honda Civic?
Why would you ever want to change a timing belt?
Are you like, have you ever tried to fix a Honda?
Yes, I have actually.
Well,
used to
I
have it-
haven't, but
I have.
I've seen people who pay to have it done.
Listen, I had a '96 Accord. Like you could literally rebuild the entire.
Well, let's make
engine.
an Accord right now that you don't expect. me to do
Listen,
it.
we need to be civic about this. Okay? Let's not go on an odyssey to try.
This
and
is a
find-
prelude to real trouble. Okay?
Listen,
You are
we need to
really-
really attack
you are
this
already-
with a lot of vigor here. I at least have the integrity
Integra, Acura.
by Honda. Thank you. On the same platform as the Civic and actually use.
I suppose that's Acura.
You are his
Well,
protege.
you are-
his protege. I know it's monster.
Yeah.
That's all I want to come up
Listen, you're a
with.
legend draft. We all know.
You know what?
Someone
All right.
Prius get me out of here. And I'm not just saying that because I'm from
Yeah,
California.
Kira, quit toying around with us.
We've got about 9 minutes left before this one's done. I don't know. I mean,
This was done like 10 minutes ago.
I now apparently need to leave. But anyway, guys. But anyway, thanks for coming to the panel and showing some love to these guys. They work way too
Go
hard.
away.
Sorry, sorry he was such a disappointment.
Get out.
Well, that's mine. You can have some if you want. No, I already ordered.
Oh, he's leaving for food. I want food.
Yeah, where's our food?
Hey,
I see how it is.
Paul, give me food.
Don't you dare close that door on me, you smug son.
What, are you gonna chase him down and steal his Arby's?
In my part of the country, Arby's is gold. Because
I thought
there's only
In-N-Out
like-
was gold in California.
Well, it is, but there's only
Okay,
considered
so
one
like the last, like,
Arby's
10
in
minutes
all
of
of
this
where I
panel,
live.
we're gonna do Q&A, but it's gonna be weird. We're gonna provide an answer, but you need to form the question that answer would be for.
What are you on?
No,
How does that work?
no. Let us know. They have to ask, what do you want? How does that work? But I have to like have an answer. It's like Jeopardy. Almost.
Yes, we have been asked to read fanfics before.
And then
In public, actually.
and then what would be the question for that?
Excuse me, Mr. Larson, would you like to read my fan fiction?
I answered your question.
The question with you, what's the most embarrassing thing you had to do?
Okay, so I'm
Okay, that's
okay. So not even joking. When a lot of us got together in February to hang out in go ahead.
Finish.
This is
Why don't you finish, then I'll ask you my question.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I get sidetracked easily. When we were in California, we went to one of the local malls out in California, and kid you not, what was it? Draft, Kibby, and I think it was.
I was there.
Yeah, Nash was there.
I was there.
You were there too. Draft got recognized not for being final draft of EFN, but for being final draft. I forget what his old name used to be. One of the editors on Film Fiction. And the person he ran into was so enamored on the editing work that he did for, I forget what story it was, that he said, could you please read my fanfic and could you go over it so you could edit it? So it's not a joke when we're saying, yeah, we have had people, even outside of conventions, come ask us to read their fanfic before.
And then there were 3 amigos.
As long as I'm Steve Martin, I'm fine.
Who else is in that? I can't remember. Steve.
I'll take that music as an appropriate substitute.
Yeah, that's it.
Segway!
That's how it's done.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
do. And then you
I don't know. Anyway, you had a question.
Yes. What is the weirdest fanfic you've ever written, like ever read?
I don't read fanfiction.
Actually, I actually used to read that kind. I used to read fanfics way back in my
Weren't you
early
an
days.
author as well?
Yeah, I used to be an author, but we don't worry about those things anymore.
It's behind, isn't it?
Well, considering I make a radio play, I kind of have to have some background. One of the weirdest fanfics I've ever had to read was Celestia owns a pool of banana pudding. I mean, you know, props.
Wait. I have an even better one.
Which one?
I just remembered because I didn't read it, but we read it during it wasn't during a stream. Like I was just in a Skype call hanging out with some people.
Mm-hmm.
Rob Bob, he did Epic Cupcake Time, and Jessie Nowacking, if you guys know her.
Yeah, the fandom voice of Vinyl Scratch.
Yeah, Phantom voice of Vinyl Scratch, and she does like Pokemon Bridge and stuff like that. But
Where's Draft?
he left.
He left for
And you
excuses.
got pizza.
To go where?
I have no idea. He went to eat. Anyway, we read Bill Cosby, like Friendship is Pudding.
Actually,
it was the strangest thing. He was taken before Princess Celestia, and she's like, you know, assessing him as a threat. He just was like, you know, twitching about. Zip zop zippity bob.
Okay, I take that back. There is a stranger one I've read. It's called the Ugly Black and Red Alicorn OC, as read by Morgan Freeman. So essentially, what's going on in this fanfic is that Morgan Freeman is somehow in Equestria, talking to the main six as their kids, reading the book Mary Sue, the Black and Red Alicorn OC, and Morgan Freeman is reading this to them.
That still doesn't even touch like pudding his magic.
No, I
not
mean,
even close.
But the fact is, you're trying to read
Bill
this.
Cosby living in Twilight's house and like getting Spike in trouble all the time.
But the fact is, you're reading it, and half of the time you can't even take it seriously. But you are hearing Morgan Freeman's voice.
What part zip zop zippity bob friendship vanilla pudding like? What part of that is understandable?
Look, if I could do a Morgan Freeman impression, I probably would read it for you.
Morgan Freeman.
I haven't read like fanfics in 2011, but the one I read is where Pinky, Twilight, and Rainbow Dash get high and eat a bunch of cheese, and Twilight goes like, you know, super magic mode and starts messing stuff up because she's wasted. That's like one of the weirdest.
Book horse. Where's your book horse now?
When he plays it.
Or when you read it.
I know one that I haven't read, but we did a review of it, or like in one of our podcasts there was a review of it. Airshipping is magic. And it's like Twilight and Trixie are blimps. And it's like a shipping thing where Twilight wants to get with Trixie and like
and handling.
Yeah, they're blimps, and it's just like it's really ridiculous.
Weren't we going to record, like we were going to, someone on our staff wanted to like do a review of that really, really bad. They've done like serious ones, like we're going to have this big like 10-episode review of Fallout Equestria, and they record the first part of it, and then never record the rest of it. But
they did do a review of it for a podcast, and
yeah,
it's one of our old episodes. So
Okay, since we're still going on old fanfics that are completely weird, I've actually read one where Twilight Sparkle was turned into a fire engine. And that's not just because I'm a former firefighter.
That's where that fan art came from.
Yes, that's where it's from.
I was like, why are there pictures of Twilight and a fire engine? Like
it's a fire engine with like kind of like
wings, whatever. But the
yeah, but and it's just the top of the fire engine. It has like horsehair that looks like Twilight Sparkle's mane, and
ship an Applejack, I will.
and the entire and the entire dialogue of Twilight Sparkle in that fan fiction is just engine revving noises and the siren going off. So yeah, we've been subjected to some of the most interesting stuff out there, to say the least.
We get a lot of stuff sent in, especially show proposals.
Oh yes,
like,
yeah.
And you know, if you want to send us something, like if you have an idea for like, hey, I'd like to do this, and you kind of have an idea of like a crew and what you want to do with it, then yeah, be our guest, send it to us, and we'll look it over, sure. But some people just like, you know, hey, I have this idea, like, I think one of them was, there was someone that said, I can communicate with the ponies in the show.
No, there was one guy who asked to be interviewed. It's like, he has a bunch of ponies in his head that he talks to.
Yes, that was it.
And like, we could do an interview and talk to those, like, his imaginary, like, tulpas or whatever. I was like, okay.
Yeah. This
So that was the thing.
Oh, yeah, that was definitely one of the strangest.
And we get like, hey, can I do a show on EFN? Like, I would talk about ponies or something. Yeah, this is very specific. We can definitely like.
Yeah, it's like everybody
right
talks
away.
about show, like everybody talks about ponies in some way, but how would you make that interesting?
Yeah, like I mean, some of the shows we've seen before.
We talk about ponies. We've done like EFN Unplugged.
Yeah, like one of. Do I really need a microphone? I mean, can you guys hear me just without?
Yep.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I'm not necessarily needing to speak
Mother
into.
God, it's all toilet sounds.
Turn down for what?
We're down for propane.
Propane and propane accessories.
Whoa.
No,
There's nothing about those sounds. What that man there has on your tape is a medical disorder.
Shut up, Bobby. Okay, so one of the other things is for some reason all of us seem to really enjoy the memes from King of the Hill a lot in this network.
They're the best.
So it's no, it's a great show. You know what? It started off kind of slow, and I'm like, why do I really want to watch this? And it just got better and better every season.
It's kind of like My Little Pony in a way. They're learning life lessons and stuff, and it kind of started getting even more like weird, out of control. And then Hank kills a pimp, and like
That's why Harry's.
and then he ends up being obsessed with being a propane playing a propane first-person shooter. So apparently.
Where's the button to turn myself in?
Where's the button so I can become the max level? But
let me just take a selfie.
But first,
Watch Jay
let me
holler
take a
at
selfie.
me.
Yeah,
They just need to flip it out.
But no, we've gotten some interesting show proposals. You know, some have actually turned into actual shows that we've gotten on the network. I think some of the more recent ones were Pony Pathfinder. If you know what,
Radio's Magic.
Yeah, Radio's Magic, which are actually going to be premiering here. They've been in production hell for almost a good chunk of a year and a half.
Yeah.
Already premiered.
Yeah, we were.
Oh shit! I meant was I
was swapping batteries with their.
Okay, yeah, so no wonder because I was actually manning a camera. I lost track of time. Oops. But if you guys saw,
I don't even know if it's daylight out.
It's been cloudy all day. I don't know. But
like,
yeah.
what day is it? What year is it?
Yeah, we've gotten some show proposals that have turned into some shows. You know, Radio's Magic, which is a bit of a talk show that's enigmatic, which is actually kind of cool. Pony Pathfinder, which if you're familiar with D&D or any role playing, it's actually a.
We went over that a little bit earlier. So.
Yeah, it's more of a. You get to see this group of friends that have been playing Pony Pathfinder, and they're pretty much chronicling the best of moments of while they play. So if you've ever had those...
Yeah, it's not like I spent 5 hours rolling for,
Like, for example, like you would get...
Rolling for initiative. It's like, no, they cut all that out and just keep the good parts in.
Yeah, they keep the good parts in. So, for example, if there was a fight over Mountain Dew, it probably has happened.
Yep.
So that you'd be getting the best parts of...
Mountain Dew. Or no, Doritos.
It was Doritos.
You must go on a quest to Mountain Dew.
Yeah, it would be like something like that. So you get
Cast
the best...
the Cheeto into the fire.
So you would get the best of moments, because if you've ever been playing online games with your friends, or playing Dungeons and Dragons, or any board game with your buddies, you have those best of moments when you're just screwing around and you're like, I'm going to roll for initiative for you to shut the fuck up. You get those kind of moments. So that's what you would really get. So that's what you would see in Pony Pathfinder. Granted with not as much language, but sometimes we know what happens and we kind of wish they'd give us the blooper reel.
You need to turn it down.
Shh, we don't worry about such things.
This was meant for what? Damn it, you missed that same thing.
Turn down.
Okay, one of the other more recent new shows was actually Elements of Harmony, where they have Forest Rain and a lot of other... I don't know them all. I'm sorry, I get so busy. But you get one that's where they kind of show the how-to and a little bit of background knowledge of some of the musicians in the family.
They also do quite a few of it, interviews and like you said, how-tos with those musicians.
So, and I mean, shows are as diverse as simple talk shows, interview shows, radio plays, episode reviews, comic reviews. We've done.
Yeah, we do our own in-house.
And we do our own in-house stuff. So yeah, we do. We're always very open to a lot of different shows.
We can take on more shows.
The worst you can do is ask.
Like the main thing for shows, like you need to have a good idea, like what are you supposed to do, and written out like a solid proposal, and not just like a vague idea, because we can't really like make your show for you, and like you have to have your own idea and just describe it. And I go, okay, that can work. And I was like, who's gonna do like video editing, audio editing? It's like we do some of that stuff, but we have a very small staff, and we can't do that for every show. It's just like the workload will get ridiculous. So
yeah, I was editing for 4 shows at once, and so I was like, I don't have time to do anything outside of my normal job. So
yeah, I'm kind of the same way sometimes, because when you make this is actually the first break I've actually taken making the inventory at KPMI. So I've been actually making a radio play, and every 2 weeks I was making an episode since technically November 2012, actually.
Are you crazy?
Nice.
expecting like a waiter to come over.
Yeah, it was like at that pizza place that.
Can I get a Coke to start, please? Okay. So, welcome to the Analyzing MLP live panel. I roped in Paleo because he just started doing horse videos again.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna tag team this. Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. I just hopped on because
he's just really bored. So look at this one. I'll share my spotlight with you. You only get to say maximum 5 things. So choose your 5 sentences wisely. That's all.
All right.
That was 3.
What?
4.
This is dumb.
All right, bye. It's good to have you. Paleo Center, everybody. I know. So, I think they want us to sit down, but like I said earlier, I don't want to sit.
Oh.
So
Do they want us
like,
to sit down?
Huh?
Do they want us to sit down?
I don't know.
I guess we can stand.
This is our panel. We can do what we want. So I feel like I'm more animated. I'm up here. Just talking. I'm gonna just come down there. I come down to the audience.
Yeah.
Greet the peasants. No. So the point of this panel is we're just gonna like do Q&A. That's the whole thing. We're just gonna. You are going to be the ones to decide whether this panel is fantastic or. So I hope you're all ready.
Yeah.
So it's called Analyzing MLP Live, but please do not feel like you're limited to ponies. I'm sure that's what the vast majority of things will be because look at you people.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. What's your name?
Disgruntled fan number 5.
Oh.
Yeah, you hate Godzilla, don't you?
It was. I love Godzilla. That's why I hated it. All right. Such a conundrum. The life of a fanboy. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna like open the floor pretty much to questions. It can be anything. You know, like. So I do like writing, drawing. Paleo does his vlogs on movies and cartoons and stuff. You can ask us really awkward personal questions and we'll try to deflect it with some witty response and fail horribly. Whatever you feel like doing, it's cool. I feel like keeping it super casual because, I don't know, that's just my jam right now. That's the mood I'm in. So, should we get like a line thing going? We have to put like a probably.
I guess so. Saber, you want to help?
No.
Come here.
Disgruntled fan number 5, I'm enslaving you, as is right now. Come here.
So, I guess you can line up with Saber.
So if anybody has a question, a comment, a YouTube comment you'd like to leave in real life, now is your chance.
Line right over here, guys.
Sequelitis.
I watch sequelitis a lot, so it's like, right side must be equality, right side is the right side, see between the lines. So that's where that came from. But yeah, I mean, before that, I just make comics. Now that like season 4 has died down, I'm just trying to start writing some more, since it's kind of like my main thing now. So, I'm still doing videos, obviously. I'm gonna do a lot of vlogs, a lot of reviews, stuff like that, so should be fun.
This is also a question for you, since you're up here.
What?
For you.
Wait, did I answer?
Yes.
Oh.
No, that's the same question for you.
I thought you thought it was pointing to me. You're not important, Saber.
You're now a part
Just like
Saber, you're now part of this panel. You walked up here.
Feel bad. I got into it because I saw it on YouTube everywhere. Oh, what was the question again? I honestly jumped right to it.
What did you do before MLP?
Horses. Lots of drugs. No, I was in college struggling with political science, playing Star Wars games and StarCraft and Warcraft and everything ends with craft, macaroni and cheese. There's your answer.
Thank you.
Go away.
Brony, curious.
Yeah.
Would you ever consider dating Digibrony?
We're just friends with benefits. Asterisk.
Isn't this a red state or a blue state?
Blue state.
There you go.
I can't
Safe.
I actually have 2 questions. The first question is, what episode that you have analyzed have you changed your thoughts on the most?
I don't change my opinion. I did it right the first time. No. Maybe I'm gonna say this and everyone's gonna freak out. Maybe Dare Don't. I don't like it, but I don't hate it as much. That's it. Progress.
And my second question, which you do not have to answer, just maybe if you're really curious, and please do not think I'm weird. What are your thoughts on How Curious Are You?
How Curious Are You? The fanfic by Sugary Violet? It's fantastic. I read it every night before bed.
Okay, thank you.
Sometimes twice.
I don't even know what that was.
It was a graphic
okay.
adult fic with starring me.
Alright, shut up.
Now you know. Think about it, it'll penetrate your mind.
Start them young.
Can I say?
Since you analyze videos so much, do you ever watch quote unquote stupid movies for fun? Like
Yes.
Basically anything Michael Bay makes.
Michael Bay is a masterpiece
Compared to the movies we watch.
We've watched. And it's funny you bring that up because there was
We were just talking about this.
We were literally just talking about this before the panel. And one of the things I want to start doing with these guys, I want to do a video series, like a live stream thing called Oh God, Not X. And then it'd be whatever we're watching. So it's like, oh God, not Titanic Animated 2. And then like that's a stream. We don't have to sit there and watch it or something like that. And then cut it up and make YouTube videos out of it. So we'll see what kind of horror we watch.
This is for Tommy Oliver. I was wondering if you ever plan to do any of the Digi-Curious stuff again with Digi-Brony?
I'm totally open for it. I actually haven't talked to Digi in a while, just because he's doing his own things. And he knows way more than me, so I'm way too intimidated talking about that stuff. But I'd totally be down for it. Maybe come season 5, we'll reunite our powers and do something ridiculous like that. I have no idea. But I'm totally open to it, so we should bomb his inbox about more collabs.
Okay, thank you.
This is for Tommy. What is your favorite Godzilla movie of all time?
My favorite Godzilla movie is the '93 Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. It was the first one I ever saw, and it blew my 5-year-old mind to a million pieces, and I can still watch it to this day and enjoy it, despite the fact that it has more plot holes than Swiss cheese. But it's just fantastic, and it's literally what started me down the nerd path and turned me into the horrible human being I am today.
Okay, first question. Have you guys quit your day jobs for YouTube?
No. I don't have a job right now. Right now, I've been going to school for like graphic design. So I've pretty much just been doing that and the YouTube stuff. But yeah, like in order to make a living from YouTube, you need to have a lot of subscribers. I'd say you have to have at least 100,000, probably a lot more. It depends on, it really depends on views and not subscribers. Like you need to have like at least 1 million views a month. And that's like the very base.
So I didn't quit my day job, I was fired from it. So that's why Patreon started, because I was like, I have $500 in student loans, I have 0 income. Oh no. So I would never, I honestly, if it wasn't for that happening, I probably never would have started Patreon, because I'd been like, I'm not worthy of getting money for this. It's not like that. So I just did it out of necessity, and it just kind of grew, and so now that's kind of what I'm paying my loans with and everything, so I'm just like, I guess I can't debate it, sort of, kind of, a little bit. Asterisk again.
Alright, one more question for Paleo. Why the hell are your videos so short?
My videos so short? Oh yeah.
Because his attention span is short.
I mean, my reviews were short. When I started doing MLP reviews, I was like 3-4 minutes. No, that's all I need to say.
They're not long. They're less than 5 minutes each. Why the hell are they so short?
Oh.
We'll work on it.
I mean, like, he came along and started doing very, very long videos, and I'm like, ah. Now I have to say more.
Alright, this question is for both of you, but mainly Tommy Oliver, just because you're a writer. What is your favorite story, fan fiction, or otherwise, and why exactly?
Okay, my favorite fanfic that I've read is probably, I don't know, my default answer used to be Lifetime's Winning Pony, but I didn't really like the ending. So I'm kind of like, probably, I can't list them all. Just go look at my favorites on my fanfiction, that's all of them. They're all my favorites. As for out of the fandom, like real actual novels, I haven't read that many, to be honest. I used to read a lot when I was a little kid. Back in like elementary school, I like read like 1 through like 45 of Animorphs and all the special editions. I was just like, this is the best thing ever. It still is. Don't hate. Don't judge me by the covers. There's no better series that statement holds true than Animorphs. It's not just like some weird, like horrible Photoshop filters. It's actually really good. But then I just got into comics, which is why I was making comics. It's like, it's pictures and story at the same time. So I was into that for a while. I'm trying to get back into reading more stuff right now. I'm reading the Eternal Champion Saga, which is like Elder Griffin Levity. It's like a fantasy story, and that's pretty cool. I also want to read David Eddings. He's a fantasy writer, does like Sparhawk Saga. These are all recommendations from my dad. My dad's a writer, so I guess my favorite book would be his books. But buy them on Amazon, very bound. They're really good. Check them out. Written in sci-fi. Shameless plug. So, yeah. Give me recommendations. I'm looking for more stuff to read. So, you can write it down. Give it to me later. I don't want to put you on the spot.
Fan fiction or out of fan?
Out of fan fiction. My read later list is already a mile long in there. Please don't give me more of that.
My out of fandom one is probably a lot longer than my fan fiction one anyway. So.
Oh no. Well, everyone's telling me to read Game of Thrones, so I'm probably going to get on
Yes,
that one.
yes, do that.
All right, but thank you.
No problem, man.
First off, Tommy, I want to say that I love the fact that you helped spark my love for the My Little Pony reviews. You were actually the first one I started watching.
Oh,
and the one that really got me was the one when you did with Anthony C. for the Canterlot Wedding. So what was your most favorite review? Because that was my favorite.
My favorite review that I've done is probably either Why Sweet Princess is the best episode ever, because that would just be fanboying like nonstop for 12 minutes. And I really liked my Question Girls video. So I know that's pretty divisive.
Are you going to do any more videos with Anthony C?
Again, I'm totally down for it. So I will say yes, even though I have no plans, because I will force him into submission and make him make more videos with me. Hear that, Anthony? If you're watching, you're listening, if you ever see this, it's gonna happen.
All right, just for the record, I want to say that you're awesome. But I really didn't like what your original collab with Anthony C.
Okay.
I disagree with Anthony C. on almost every point he made on Canterlot Wedding.
Okay.
But my question for you is, do you regret having immediately reviewed all of the episodes in season 4?
Not particularly, because I mean the Film Impression series is supposed to be my initial impressions. I mean, compare like something like Dare and Don't with Canterlot Wedding, like it's a lot more in depth because we spent 8 months on that video, whereas I spent like maybe like 2 or 3 hours on that one. So
well, it's like it just seems to me that you and Digi both really quickly got tired of season 4 when right around the point of bats.
I mean, it's weird. The season for me started off on a weird note, and I think at first, because we both made videos like season 4 feels really weird. It just has like this really kind of subtly different tone to it. And what actually ended up being the case is they just had a lot of really weird episodes right at the beginning, back to back, and then it kind of balanced out after that once Flight to the Finish kicked in. So that was kind of just like, I don't want to say poor planning on their part because they can do whatever they want, it's their show. But in terms of what I was looking for, it kind of messed with it a little bit. I wouldn't say I got tired, it was just that like, I really like episodes that I really like or really hate, because I'm like really passionate about it. Like I want to rip this apart or I want to like sing its praises. But in season 4, there was usually like an episode I really liked, then I was just kind of, it's okay.
I just think you'd have probably been better off just doing the ones you like and the ones you really hate, and then do other stuff in the middle, and then you still.
Oh, I had a Tumblr inbox with like 100 messages a week saying, "You better review the new episode." So, outside influence there.
This one's for both of you, and it's a really loaded question, and it's also going to have multiple interpretations to it. And forgive me if you've already touched on this in a video of yours, but how do you guys review? And I ask that as in, what components and elements are part of your opinion? What allows you to formulate your opinion on an episode?
Okay, yeah, this is a good one. Well, first of all, whenever I watch an episode, first I watch it just for fun, if it's like a new episode, and then I rewatch it, and then I just take some notes of what stands out to me in the episode, and basically I just go over that. I don't really focus on anything that's too, like, I guess, I don't know, complex. Yeah, like I'm a lot more down on the level than he is, as far as. Wait, that doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right at all.
I'm a weirdo, it's okay.
Yeah, I guess my videos are more simplified because I just say I like this, and I point out things that I just.
He just talks about what he likes. I sit here and complain about everything.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. In terms of how I approach it, I kind of watch them the same way. I'll watch an episode once, just kind of like get a run through, see how I like it. Usually after that, I'll take some notes just based on my initial impressions. Then I'll watch it a second time, and I'll go back through it and try and expand on those notes and see if, watching it again, thinking about those points, if I figure out anything more in depth or.
See, I only take notes once. So.
And that's why your videos are undefined. I mean, what I'm looking for in terms of these episodes is that, like, because I think we all have our own style. I mean, for me, because I'm a storyteller, it's all about storytelling, characterization, pacing, theming, plot progression, things like that. So that's what I focus my commentary around. It's all about picking apart the narrative structure, because the reason I do these is because I'm always trying to figure out what I like and don't like about storytelling to make my own stories better. So a lot of the times, if there are episodes that have something outside of that realm that make them like interesting, I kind of usually just gloss it over because it's not what I'm looking for, which is it's great when there's so many other people because you can get that angle from somebody else. So yeah.
Like I said, it was full of stuff, but thank you.
No problem, man.
All right, Tommy, this first one's for you. What is your thought on Godzilla versus Bambi?
Fantastic. I love it.
Wait, what is that?
Okay, so if anyone hasn't seen Godzilla vs. Bambi, it's just like...
Wait, that's a real thing?
It's real. It's a super short animation, like a really like rough 2D animation. It's only like, I think it's like less than a minute long, right? In the background, like nibbling on like grass or whatnot. There's just a foot. Flattens him. And so, wow. It's like really ridiculous, but really funny. So, I remember my dad showing me that when I was a little kid, even then I thought it was hilarious, so it's great.
All right, for the second question, for both of you, do you guys do any tabletop gaming, and if so, what systems?
All right, so I have played 3.5 in high school. Did that bit with my friends, and then we played at a local gaming shop for a while, which was really fun. I played some 4th edition in college, it's all D&D obviously. I want to get into Pathfinder, because I have a friend who wants to get into it, we're just trying to get a group. I'm such a nerd, I'm sorry. Nobody understands about this is the books where you open them up and you pretend everything in your mind instead of actually using visuals like modern technology allows you to. Yes. Other than that, I played some board games like Mansions of Madness, Arkham Horror, Carcassonne, the one. I mean, I've only played that a few times, but I like it. My God, it's like Munchkin. Munchkin's really fun to just kind of like decompress after a hardcore game. So yeah, those are my games. And Magic, that's not really a tabletop game. We played on a tabletop, so I guess it kind of counts.
I played Munchkin once, and that's pretty much it. I'm not that much of a nerd.
One of us. One of us. One of us. You're in a horse song, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, so this is a question for both of you. Is there an MLP character that you initially thought you really hate when you started watching the show, but as the show went on, you decided that the character was really deep and you really liked it, or vice versa on any character?
You think about it?
Yeah.
I have an answer.
Yeah, what?
Rarity.
Yeah.
Absolutely hated Rarity in the beginning. I hated Rarity so much in the beginning that when the first scene she comes in, she's like, no, no, no. I was almost like, no, and stopped the episode and never watched anymore. because I watched G3 back in the day all the time because I have a little sister. So I had to watch Minty's Christmas and stuff like. And in that, Rainbow Dash is like Rarity is in this show, but like to the nth degree. So she's always like, "Oh, darling, don't you know that Pegasus ponies enough ice cream?" I'm just like, I can't do it. So I just got like war flashbacks as soon as it happens. Like, I'm not dealing with this again. Not when I don't have to. Are you crazy? Like, I'm done. Like, everything else was so far, I was like, okay, it's fine, I get it. But that was just enough. But for whatever reason, I decided to stick with it anyways. And I hated her all the way up until Suited for Success. And that's when the seed was planted and she started to get awesome. And I like kept track of like, because I marathoned season 1 and 2 in like 3 days, or 3 or 4 days up until Baby Cakes. That was the first episode I watched live. And I was keeping track of like how like the order of like my top main 6 was going, and like Rarity kept creeping upwards. I'm like, no, you're the pretty one. You can't do it. Stay, get out. And it just eventually just like, it's undeniable. She's the best. What am I doing? I can't even pretend I like the cool one anymore. I like the one who makes dresses. I'm done. Here's my man card. I don't use it anymore. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think I never really hated anybody immediately. I think the one that I least liked was probably like Diamond Tiara or something. But I started to like her a lot more in Ponyville Confidential because she was hilarious.
She was funny in it. She was like J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah.
I need pictures of horses.
This first question is for Tommy. Now that Flight to the Finish is out, what's your opinion? Suited for Success or Flight to the Finish?
Suited for Success still. I mean, it did so many things, and like with Flight to the Finish, as much as I loved it, there were still things that I didn't like. Like I thought the beginning was really rushed, and some of the dialogue was kind of stiff. Like something I really noticed about the episode is like they say everyone's names constantly. Like, you know, like, it's okay, Scootaloo, or hi, Sweetie Belle. Like, they would say their names even when it wasn't, like, natural in conversation. And just, like, I'm not like, hey, Paleo, how you doing, Paleo? So, Paleo, you want to go to the convention? Like, you know, I just be like, yo.
No, Tom. Let's not do that, Tom.
But Paleo, I really want to go.
No, Tom.
Paleo, please. Like, it just sounds weird. So I'm just, like, you know, smack on the head and drag it with me.
Yeah, I think that's because this is the nature of the show. It's because of the episodic series. They have to, you know.
I guess, but I felt like
yeah.
even for the show itself, it felt a bit much. So they're just, again, because I nitpick about everything, I just like, they're saying their names too much. So, yeah, Suited for Success is still the best for me, because like, there's nothing wrong with that in my book. Like, it hits all the notes, it does everything. It's like one of the best episodes of cartoons ever, not even just a show. It's so good. You should all watch it, get home.
Alright, and I have one more question. Paleo, I don't know your opinion on the new Godzilla. So you can, if you have an opinion, you can chime in. But now that you've seen the new Godzilla, Tommy, and I know that you just liked it a lot, what are your thoughts on Gareth Edwards doing the Star Wars spinoff?
I actually didn't know he was doing a Star Wars spinoff, actually.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I'm not up on my fence, apparently. But I have no beef with Gareth Edwards, because I think a lot of it was probably, because the writer for this, who wrote the script, wasn't Gareth Edwards, he just directed. So I think like just because his name's everywhere, it's just like, boo! Where like it's a huge production, so you can't just be like, you did everything wrong. So, I don't know, like I said, I posted a vlog where I talked about the sequel, and I'm still pretty excited about it, because I think like, we know what Godzilla looks like now, so if you cut away now, you're not just being stupid. I hate you. Get out. No, but I don't know, we'll see. I'm excited for anything he does, because like it wasn't a bad movie, just didn't do what I wanted it to. And I'm picking this up. Thanks, man.
Alright, 2 questions. One, Paleo, are you okay? You've been saying you're fidgeting for almost the entire panel.
I've been what?
You've been fidgeting.
Oh no, I'm just cold.
Oh. And question number 2, is this important that it came out of the speaker array?
What?
Is this important it came out of the speaker array?
I don't know, you might want to check with AB about that.
AB, guys.
It's part of the stand. It's part of the
Yeah,
stand.
they're coming up right now.
Did he just arm the bomb?
Everybody gets out. We're not supposed to go to Equestria until Sunday.
Oh, what? What? Why would you postpone that? Hi, Neil.
Hey, so I heard you were a part of this, like, I saw you were part of this really long-winded discussion project.
Are you gonna plug yourself?
Elements of Brony,
Oh my
about this
God.
guy named
This is Neil X. He's the one who did the Elements of Brony series that me, Digi,
probably have not heard of.
Anthony, and everybody was a part of those huge 2-hour videos you probably never watched. This guy was taller than I ever have in my entire life. life in a day.
So are you looking forward to the next episode?
Yes.
Second question. Is Godzilla the best movie of all time, or only kind of the best movie of all time?
It's kind of, fantasy's good, sci-fi is good. It's like probably like 40%. I want to get into slice of life and romance, but it's difficult with books because like romance is like really trashy. I don't know where to find the good stuff.
So sci-fi spaceships. Which propulsion device do you think is the most feasible?
Most feasible?
Yeah.
Anything that generates wormholes. Warp drive is bullcrap because you can't go faster than light, at least with our current knowledge, unless the science side of the panel, please correct me if I'm wrong.
Maybe photon drives. You thought about that?
No, because I just have stories. I don't do science.
Yeah. About it. Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Okay, my question for Tommy. Hello. Have you heard of Emma Larson's new novel that he has coming out at Penny Royal Academy? And would you maybe be interested in doing an analysis on it?
An opportunity to rip Larson apart on something that was purely his own work?
Yes! No, I'm not throwing him under the bus. I don't know what you're talking about.
Penny Royal Academy is the worst thing since my reported question goes.
And one more, I have some book suggestions for you now since you mentioned it.
Awesome. I will take them. I want to learn more about the opposite computing. Sweet.
Alright, this is for both of you guys, mainly Tom. Have you ever considered reviewing the official MLP comics? Because I know you write your own, you have your, so you probably have critiques. How would you go about doing that if you were to review the comics?
You just did a video that you released like this week, didn't you?
Yeah, I did a quick one on Friends Forever #2. It wasn't really a analysis, more just like, this book was so cool, you should all go read it. In terms of how I would structure a comic review, probably pretty much the same. The thing I would probably talk about more is like panel layout and like clarity of like arrangement, because sometimes those can get really confusing. And I sucked at doing that when I tried to make comic books. So I would probably talk about stuff like that. Effective use of gutter, which is like guttering the space between panels and like how it implies actions between one shot to the next, as well as like the use of moments, because like there's moment to moment, scene to scene, action to action. I read Scott McCloud's Understanding Comics, which is like the best book ever made. It's like a comic book that talks about how comics work, and it's beautiful and it blows your mind to a million pieces where you're just like, comic books are the best thing ever. This is why. Even by the end, you're just like, alright. So I probably just like reference that constantly in terms of like how those mechanics are working. But I don't know if I'll ever get that hardcore about it simply because like I just read them because like it's 460 comic books. So I don't know. Let's see.
I was thinking about doing like after I do all the episodes, I'm gonna do the different comics, but like not each single one, just each different
art of the comics step before this guy comes in on my turn.
Yeah, you just gotta have to do that.
Sorry, my phone is singing.
Okay, you can take the call.
No, it's just in one for everything.
It's time to ask your question.
Yes, I didn't get to ask you. So, well, it's for both of you, and I know you don't care about anything other than plot, it seems. But have you ever thought? Have you ever thought about the economical background of how Equestria works?
Oh man, it's an actual analysis question.
Oh yeah.
My brain's still working. It's been a while.
Yeah, for both of you.
I initially always thought that like Equestria didn't really have anything in terms of structured economic system. I thought it was just based either on barter or just like, we're all friends. Here, take this carrot. You're hungry. But as the show goes on, obviously, like they introduce money and things like that.
I think Filthy Rich controls.
Filthy Rich just has a monopoly on the town, and all of the ponies are just his playthings, and he rules them. He's the pony of the Illuminati. Okay. Now we open, but nobody knows. I don't know. It's difficult to say, just because again, episodic show, everyone makes up their own things, you know. But somewhat, the answer's okay.
All right. I was wondering if you're planning on doing a review of the new book that's supposed to come out the day after the con ends, or like 2 days after the con ends, the Diary of the Royal Pony Sisters.
If I can get my hands on it, yeah, because I did one review, more like an overview of the official handbook and stuff. And I read the first GM Bearer book, so I'll just check it out. That one's written by Amy Keating Rogers, right?
Yeah.
Excellent. I'll check it out.
What's your favorite songs? Except for you cannot answer any rarity songs.
Oh. Aside from rarity?
Yes.
Oh, there's a song stuff. They're horrible. Daniel, you're a terrible musician. I'm sorry. No, I love her to wrap up because that was like the first song, and I'm just like, why do I like this so much? Oh my god, I like the fashion horse, and I like when she sings about weather. I'm done. Everything I've ever known is a lie. Other than that, I like Heartstrong as horses. This is really simple and catchy and repetitive, and again, in a good way. It just kind of like, I don't know, it had a good beat and rhythm to it. I don't know, those are the two that jump to my mind, so.
I like Celestia's Ballad a lot.
I do too. I steal his answer. I said it first.
What?
Celestia's Ballad.
You stole it.
I don't know these guys.
Hi, Brony Bits.
Hey, Brony Curious.
How you doing at this Brony convention?
I'm having a brony old time. It's great.
What a bro look after this.
This guy, he's a loser. No, what I was going to ask is if you could go back and change one thing either about the fandom or the show, what would it be? Just over the entire time you've been involved.
Ooh.
And that goes for both of you.
He's asking a hard question.
Yeah, he's asking a hard question.
Or you could just, it could be something that
I would take all of Saberspark subscribers and give them to me. But I need all 6 of them. Come on.
You know,
I've been the serious answer.
yeah, I was thinking, you said the fandom of the show, so I was thinking, I would start that trend of the OC in the right corner. Because I had the access to do that because Sir Pony Lancelot made the vectors for me. So, but I just never thought of using them. Like, I use them a couple times, but not always.
I would change my username.
Yeah.
Because
in hindsight, you can't.
Because now I'm trying to branch out, just like kind of curious, what is that? But no, because I never planned on using this channel for anything substantial. Just like this is my silly little YouTube channel for my silly little blog, and then I never considered that my name until I went to Burning 2012, and this guy was like, I'm pretty curious, what's up? Just like, this is my name. What are you talking about? And then it just caught on. I was like, oh, okay.
First he lost the fedora, then the Bernie name.
Why are you even here? I'm leaving the fandom.
Yeah,
You're coming with me.
You guys should see Tom in the Brony Chronicles Part 2 because he has his hat. Not that hat, but his old hat.
My old hat. Yeah.
I got an important question. I locked myself out of the ring. Can I have your ring key? If you could be any dinosaur.
Let's have a round of applause for Saberspark.
All right, 15 years from now, what's the one thing you'll look back on about this fandom and smile about?
I don't know. I mean, doing this stuff.
You're just the worst paleo answers. I mean, I don't know. I'm just be glad I'm for life in 15 years.
Like, going to conventions is really fun. I mean, I'll probably go to conventions, but I don't think there's going to be pony-specific conventions anymore. Probably by that time. So.
What a defeatist attitude. We're going to be talking about season 27. It's going to be great. God.
The question rolls 55.
Yeah, I'll be bitching about that.
Question, boys.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no, Hasbro. I left off the box.
I didn't even answer your question.
Yes.
No, seriously, to get really cheesy, I'm really happy that I met you guys. It's been fantastic. And all of you guys, of course, too. But, I talk to these guys all the time, and, I used to wonder what friendship could be. No, seriously, I didn't really have a lot of friends, and then I met these guys. They've been fantastic, and I hope 15 years from now we're still hanging out talking about whatever, watching horrible movies in our hologram 3D vision or whatever.
Thank you. I still need the room key.
Are you serious?
No.
Oh.
Hi.
Hi.
This question's for both of you. I'm losing my voice. I'm curious about Barney's. What, in your opinion, makes a good plot? What, in your opinion?
That is a loaded question.
Flow? I'd say flow.
I think we're talking about the wrong plot here. I'll just pass on the mic.
No, that still applies.
Panel's over, guys. Still applies. I'm sorry. I should have. You're way past your 5-thing limit, and I forgot. And this is what I get for my forgetfulness. Okay. All right.
What a weirdo. All right, I have serious questions for you two. Tell me,
yes,
is the rumor true that the hat is the source of your power?
Yes, we're communicating via NFC right now.
And Halio, why are you so adorable?
What?
I'm asking in a platonic way, of course. Maybe my real question has been asked, and if it has, just let me know. But besides yourselves, who's another reviewer that you like the most in your community?
Don't say Digibro.
Whoa! You better listen to her. Dropping bombs.
Well, I mean, Anthony C's really good.
Yeah, Anthony C. I have a man crush on him.
Yeah.
Ever since entering this community, I've gained an exorbitant amount of man crushes, and I'm starting to get worried. My man crush for Denotive was renewed yesterday. So.
And I was gonna say that, like, outside of the fandom, I really like LGR, Lazy Game Reviewer. He's really good.
I like Red Letter Media, obviously.
Yeah, Black Letter is really good too.
Yeah.
We just want to be friends with all of them.
Something. All right. If you guys could get any other analysis brony and their OC put into My Little Pony, like have them hired by Hasbro as the voice actor for their own OC in the show, which one would you pick?
Does it have to be an analysis running, or anybody?
Any brony.
Okay. I'm gonna say Super Powell. Just because he would fit.
He would. I was going to say Anthony C. just because I think he would do a great job doing voice acting in the show.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he would.
He would.
He already technically was in Power Ponies, just with a green mane, but other than that, I think Saber and Magneto should be in the show.
Yes.
Or in the comics, or something.
What I do?
We're not giving you the room key. You're sleeping on the floor outside tonight. Get out.
No.
Yes.
Analyze this.
You didn't do anything. Excuse me, mister. I could make a video about stepping in a bouncy thing in high heels. Don't tell me about doing nothing.
Don't touch my line.
That's what I do.
Mr. Brony, curious.
Mr. Saber.
Yes.
I can't do it. It doesn't work. Get off here. He put his name wisely.
Okay, what are the chances of Hasbro killing us all?
Someone finally asked the real question.
See, the thing is that they locked all the doors in the hotel right now, and they're going to gas the whole place.
That's what the thing was over there. The gas, carbon monoxide is currently leaking in right now. If you have, yeah, this is like a permanent cease and desist. You're all going to cease and desist.
I'm so sad for Button Mash. I just want to say this. Rest in peace.
Hello guys. Well, first of all, I want to say it is a really awesome job you do, especially you, Tommy. I enjoy most of your reviews. I really like most of your reviews. Yeah, I really like most of your reviews. But I have only 2 questions for both of you. First of all, for all the series so far, if you have the chance to change one thing from the show and the fandom itself, which thing you gonna have to change?
All right.
That's Let's see. I answered from the fandom earlier. I always think of something from the show. And I'd probably change what happened in Daring Don't, because right after Daring Don't, or not after Daring Don't, it was like the 6th episode, it was Power Ponies, and they got sucked into the book. I was like, they should have done that in Daring Don't.
It was the very next episode.
Yeah.
In terms of what I would change in the show, I don't know, I mean, little things like that, like it pisses me off in the context of that episode, but in the grand scheme, like, whatever. I think I just like to have more coherence in terms of world building. I think season 1 had that like spot on. Like there was definitely like a singular vision in terms of like the world that everything was taking place in. Season 2 did that a lot pretty well too, but I think 3 and 4, as they brought in new writers and like, Lauren kind of left the show, I think they're kind of taking it in a bunch of all directions now, which isn't bad, it still works, but I liked in the beginning, like that's really what sparked my like imagination in terms of like thinking more about the world and making headcanon videos and stuff, is because it felt like coherent, but just like ambiguous enough to kind of make you wonder. And now I just feel like they're just kind of doing a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So in terms of show, I probably just kind of more coherent world building, kind of bring that focus back in terms of that.
Yeah, well, my second question, well, is a silly one. Well, my second question is a fight between T-Rex and Godzilla.
T-Rex and Godzilla?
I mean, come on, T-Rex was like taller than trees. Godzilla was taller than like skyscrapers.
Yeah, I'd say Godzilla.
Godzilla's powered,
What's he have the atomic breath?
Godzilla is powered by radiation, not by magic. So, unless you include the magic of cinema. So, he would just get utterly destroyed. So, and it would be kind of fun to watch. Someone make Godzilla meets T-Rex, which is the same thing as Godzilla vs. Bambi, just T-Rex and he goes. Do it.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. And thank you for all the amazing job you've done.
Thank you for watching. Appreciate it.
I'm pretty sure this has been asked before, but what really, who introduced you to My Little Pony?
YouTube poops for me. Yeah, pretty much. I was just browsing on YouTube for funny stuff to watch, and I found some YouTube poopers. Like I was already following a few YouTube poopers, and one person uploaded my YouTube.
Disgusting. Like imagine going back like 10 years and saying, yeah, these things called YouTube poopers. They'd be like, that sounds unsanitary.
What's YouTube?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But just whatever. For me, I first ran into the whole pony phenomenon on Joystick, which is a video game blog. So they did an article on fighting is magic, and I watched the video for it. It's like, what is this? Because I like fighting games. I'm a casual fighting game fan. But it looked really good, as I'm sure we all know. It looked really good. I was like, this is pretty impressive. But I didn't go check out the show. I was like, okay, this is it. Cool, I'm done. Because again, I'd watched G3 back in the day, so I was like, My Little Pony. No. I've served my time there, thank you very much. We're done. But it just kept popping up on the internet all over the place. And eventually, what broke the camel's back, so to speak, was that I ordered something off of eBay. I believe it was a hard drive or a graphic card for my computer, and it came in My Little Pony wrapping paper with like the red and blue 3D things, so you could like see it in 3D. And I was like, okay, it's in real physical life now. I gotta see this about. Some dude on the computers sent me this. I gotta figure this out. So I marathoned the show, and I actually watched up to Guild of the Brush Off. I was like, okay, it's cool, but I didn't get back into it. And then later, my sister knew that I'd watched the show, and she was like, here, read Cupcakes. My friends send these creepypastas and things all the time. So I read that, and I was like, well, that was horrible. I need to cleanse my mental palate now, so I went back and watched more of the show, and then I marathoned the rest of the thing, and I got addicted, and here I am, and my life is over.
Also, what were your first reactions when you first watched any episode? Or
Just like the first episode I watched?
Yes.
The first episode of the show is fantastic. Like, it's written amazingly well. The way that the pacing.
The pacing and way.
They introduce 6 characters, and it doesn't feel stilted or rushed. You
And
know?
it doesn't like talk down to the audience.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
I watched YouTube. There's bad animation. It was like they had like the weird like person knees when they sat down. Their legs were bent like humans. and it looked really awkward. It kind of looked like it was like a little baby wearing a horse mask, the way they were crawling around. It was horrifying. So, and then the writing was abysmal, and the songs were horrible. So I knew how much better this was. It felt like a cartoon that I would sit down and watch, like, you know, back in the day on Cartoon Network and stuff. So it didn't feel like My Little Pony. It felt like something good, and that's what kept me going. So G1 was pretty good. It was okay. It was mediocre. But it wasn't horrible.
And you?
What? Oh, I guess I was like I was saying, I was really impressed by how it didn't talk down to the audience, especially when Twilight was saying like things like brink and precipice. I was like, little kids don't know that. So yeah, I'm impressed by big words.
You must love my videos then. It's mediocre. My vocabulary is mediocre.
And final question. Do you understand the reference for the Diamond Dogs?
Yeah. Oh, David Bowie. Yeah.
Someone had to tell me that though. I didn't know it.
Oh man.
I'm not cultured. I spent my days making horse videos.
Anyway, you said you heard of Fighting is Magic. Did you know that there is a Fighting is Magic tribute edition where some people just took the remains of the game and finished it?
Yeah, actually, I downloaded it. I haven't played it yet because I haven't played any video games in a while.
It's fun.
Yeah, I mean, I played the week when it came out because I couldn't resist.
I just heard somebody clap for saying you didn't play video games in a while.
Video games are garbage. It's all about film reels, 35mm for the win. I don't know. But yeah, it was cool. I definitely want to check it out some more. I don't even know if Mason is still working on that other project.
What, the,
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen anything from it for a very, very long time.
They've been quiet. Do you think means that they're dead? Or very? Hopefully the latter. But yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything from the main 6 team in a long time. I don't know what they're doing, so.
Someone should go check up on them.
Yeah.
If you could add one thing and subtract one thing from show canon, what would they be?
Add one thing?
Yeah.
And subtract one thing? So, I think I already said the thing where I wanted Daring Dawn to be like sort of like the Power Ponies episode. So I guess that's adding and subtracting. That's weird.
You're done. Go. I'll give you another one.
As far as what I wanted to add, I don't know. You go. I'll think.
I would subtract, I think, the one scene that always bothered me, here's my very bias again, the scene where she like blatantly manipulates that nerdy guy into giving Fluttershy the cellar or whatever it was. I thought that was weird, because I didn't think that she would like use her like aesthetics to be like, I'm better than you, and I'm going to manipulate you blatantly. I think Hooray is better than that. In my mind, because she's my mother. So, that's what I would take out. I rewrite that scene somehow. In terms of what I would add, it's something concrete, because I said like world building. That's like a huge thing that would take forever. But something really simple, and make my hand a cannon. I don't know. I didn't think about that. You got it.
I know.
We're not creative, apparently.
Oh, friggin', I know the friggin',
Friggin'?
Yeah, friggin'.
Okay. They would say friggin' more. There you go.
I'd add the hippocampus ponies. They're like sea ponies, but
why did you say sea ponies?
Because they're different. Like these ones have actual legs.
This is where my vocabulary fails, okay?
It's like the difference between a bat pony and thestral or something.
I don't even know what you're saying.
There you go.
Science. I was gonna make up your big words. They just make them up, I know. They made that word up to make themselves sound smarter. It's not fair they make the rules.
But that's mythological.
People make up words to make them sound smarter. That's not fair. I'm not that creative. Yes, sir.
Hi, this is more of an assumption, but based on your analysis of Trixie and the last episode of season 3, It appears you're well versed in the works of Joseph Campbell, the teachings of him. Are you, or is that just, am I wrong at that?
I'm very slightly aware. I know.
Okay. Because it seemed to me that like out of all the other like commentaries, I'd say you're the only other person that picked up on the Eastern mysticism and basically that part of it.
I'm just big on philosophy in general, but I haven't like looked at anything recently because I took a lot of courses. I minored in college, but after that I'm just like horses. So I haven't like looked at anything recently, so I can't just like off the top of my head be like, yeah, this anymore, which kind of sucks. Maybe Saturday's fine. I could combat you. What? Quote Descartes and Kant to make you feel dumb. Oh, okay. But yeah, I don't know. My ex-girlfriend was Buddhist, so I know all about that like kind of like enlightenment kind of thing because I had to do period all the time. I made that sound way more negative than I had any intention to do. No, I was totally digging on it, which is why I mentioned it. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess I just had similar ideas. I'm terrible with names too, so maybe like I do know exactly what you're talking about. I'm just like, who's that? What's your name again? I don't know. They call him Josh. His real name's Josh. And I'm just like, Josh? You're paleo. So weird to me. I don't know. I'm rambling now. I'm sorry.
Okay, first of all, Rarity Best Pony.
Yes. Yes. I'm doing this from here. Leave me hanging. Fine.
I was like,
you're done. Sit down.
Okay. My question is, really curious. You a while back you used to do like a Fandom Friday where you like showcase various fandom.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, I did do that.
I was wondering if you would ever like think about doing like reviews on various like fandom things or bringing the fandom reviews.
Right. So the reason I started doing Fandom Friday, the reason why I stopped that now, the reason why I started is because people were asking me to review things. So I started those right after like Snowdrop and Double Rainbow came out. And people were like, when are you going to review Double Rainbow? And for me, like I'm kind of less interested in reviewing fan content.
Yeah, it feels weird.
It's like a labor of love. Because like if someone came and like read my stories like, this is the worst thing ever, this is why it's wrong, and blah 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 blah, and just went on for like 15 minutes about how I'm the worst thing ever, just be like. So I don't want to do that to somebody else because I could do that with big words and go on for a long time. So I don't want to do that. So I did Fanboy Friday as a way to address content that I liked in a completely positive manner and expose things that I like to like more a wider audience without being overly critical or hurting anyone's feelings. But I don't mind hurting Emily Larson's feelings because he's a big mean and he gets paid. So.
And I just wanted to say I thought What You Mean to Me was perfect in every way and it inspired me to write my own content.
So thank you. That means more to me than you understand because that was a labor of love. It took a long time. Thank you, sir. That's my fan.
Okay, kind of been noticing all-con that Twilight hasn't gotten a lot of love. I've been doing just a little bit of thinking just about like just kind of announcing the initial premise of the show. And I just find it rather curious that Twilight is the smarty who's also the main character. And I find that in a lot of shows, books, or whatever, if there's the smart character, they're usually the side character which kind of helps out the hero. I'm just kind of curious as to what kind of speculation you might have as to why Lauren chose to make the smarty the main character.
Because she's awesome?
Yeah, like I think there's one thing.
That's true, right? I mean, that's what we're up here. But I think that was one of the first things I noticed watching the shows.
Yeah.
They're always usually like, they're the nerdy side character who's like, you all laugh at him for being so smart, but then he goes and saves the day anyways. He tells the main character what to do. He's the main character's brain, whether the brawn or whatnot, because they do that a lot. But Twilight got to be both because her knowledge is what gives her powers.
Yeah,
so
that's one thing that made me gravitate towards
she
the
reads
show.
books and then she fires lasers. So it's just like, you got both. So that was really cool. The whole show, again, like goes back to subversion of expectation for that kind of genre of television. So I think that was just another subtle way of doing that. Or at least it's how I choose to perceive it because I overthink everything. But yeah, Twilight's awesome. And she's also purple like Donatello. Interesting fact. Conspiracy.
Thank you.
Hi. So, not too much. I had a question. I know that I have been like kind of reading on like different forums, different kind of like review sites talking about season 1 and 2. One when Lauren was involved in the show pretty directly, and 2 partially. And a lot of people had said the show had gone a little bit downhill after those 2 seasons because she wasn't involved, and kind of like there's sort of a split between people who thought it was maintained the same quality and people who thought it sort of dropped a little bit. What is your impression about, like, do you think that it kind of stayed the same thereabouts, improved, gone the reverse? And I guess the second part of that is, where do you think the series would have gone if it had stayed around? Because I know that there's a book that people have been talking about where she had all these ideas for the characters and that sort of thing, and how like season 4 probably would have been, or season 3 I think would have been the wrap up, or starting to wrap up with season 4 being the finale of the series. So where do you think it would have gone, and how do you think that it's changed since she sort of stopped being involved with it?
I think the show has changed since season 2, since Lauren left. I don't think it's better or worse, I just think it's different. And that's not a bad thing, it's just because when you have different creative people leading a project, it's gonna go in different directions. You know, Lauren definitely has her like kind of subtle signature to her work, because every artist does, every creative person has that, you know, like my work could be different than yours, and yours, blah, blah, blah. Just, we have different kind of tones, we have different themes we want to promote, we have different ways of expressing storytelling. So when Lauren left, of course it was going to be different. Whether it's better or worse, it really